Good morning, children. Let us begin with Standard 4 English, Unit 7, Poem, A Watering Rhyme. So let us read the poem once. A Watering Rhyme. Early in the morning or the evening hour are the times to water every kind of flower. Watering at noonday when the sun is high doesn't help the flowers, only make them die. Also, when you water at the roots. Flowers keep their mouths where we should wear our boots. Soak the earth around them, then through all the heat, the flowers will have water for their thirsty feet. This poem is written by P.A. Ropes. So now let us learn the new words are watering, noonday, boots, soak, and heat. These are some new words that we learn in this poem. Now let us see their meanings. The meanings of the new words are, the first one, hour, means 60 minutes. Second, watering, making something wet. Third, noonday, the middle of the day. Fourth, boots, footwear. Fifth, soak, to make something wet by dipping. Sixth, heat, high temperature. Answer the following. Question 1. What is the best time to water the plants? Answer 1. The best time to water the plants is early in the morning or the evening hour. I repeat, the best time to water the plants is early in the morning or the evening hour. Question 2. When should we not water the plants? Answer 2. We should not water the plants at noonday. I repeat, we should not water the plants at noonday. Question 3. Which part of the plant should be watered? Answer 3. We should water the roots so that the plant grows healthy. I repeat, we should water the roots so that the plant grows healthy. Question 4. Give another word for thirsty feet. Answer 4. The another word for thirsty feet can be parched feet. Thirsty means pyasa, and parched is also another word for thirsty. So I repeat, the other word for thirsty feet can be parched feet. So here we can see many flowers, and we have to fill in the blanks of that jumbled word which is the name of a flower. So your first one is sweet pea. Your spelling will be SWEET PEA. Your second flower is marigold. MARIGOLD. Your third flower is jasmine. JASMINE. Fourth, lotus. LOTUS. Fifth, mogra. MOGRA. Sixth, dahlia. DAHLIA. Seventh, phlox. Phlox. Next, pansy. Pansy. And the last one is hibiscus, which is also called a shoe flower. Hibiscus spelling is Hibiscus. Hibiscus. So these are the names of different flowers that we find in a garden. So children, in this word grade, you had to find the different words which were given to us. That was bud, pod, leaf, stem, roots, thorns, branches and flowers, which was given to you as homework. So now here I have found those words for you, and you can match it with what you have done in your textbook. You can see few words are going horizontal, some are vertical, and some are diagonally. So here we have found all the words which were given to us. There's one question on page 134, that is, you have to choose the correct answer. Your question is, what happens when we water plants in the morning? So there are two options, and they will grow well or they will dry up. So your answer will be, they will grow well. And your next, fifth question there is, from where do flowers get water? And the two options are, from the bottom means from the roots, or from the top. Top means from the leaves. So where do they get water from? They get water from the bottom, that is roots. So your first A option is correct. The next exercise is that we need to write the rhyming words for the words given here. So one has been done for you. The first one, morning. So what rhymes with morning? Evening. The second one is car. Rhyming word with car will be far. The third one, high. High, the rhyming one will be sigh. Fourth, boots. Boots rhyming will be shoots. Fifth, beat. Rhyming will be seat. And your next one, wear. Your rhyming word will be flare. Now, words like morning, evening, watering end in ing. So now we need to write 6 more words to which when we add ing, we can make it into a new word. So those 6 words are, the first one is sing. Then the second one can be bear. When we add ing, it becomes bearing. Third one is gain. When we add ing, it becomes gaining. Then the fourth one is pain. When we add ing, it becomes paining. See, S-E-E-I-N-G becomes seen. And look, L-O-K-I-N-G, it becomes looking. So these are some words to where we can add ing and make them into a new word. Now look for some words from the poem which sound like the words given below. So these are same sounding words. We call them homophones, children. The sound of these words are same, but the meaning of both the words are different. So for example, your first one is R, A-R-E, R. And the same rhyming word is R, H-O-U-R. A-R-E is a verb, and H-O-U-R is 1 hour, 60 minutes. Second one, there. T-H-E-R-E means something you're pointing out. And the same rhyming will be there. T-H-E-I-R. This is something belonging to. Next is floor. F-L-O-U-R, which we say atta. And the same way we say flour. F-L-O-U-R. The next, where. W-H-E-R-E means kaha, where. And W-E-A-R, where means something to pehenna, to wear. S-O-N is sun, we say beta. And S-U-N is also sun, which is bright shining in the sky in the morning, the sun. And the last one is threw, T-H-R-E-W, something to throw. In the past tense, we say through. And T-H-R-O-U-G-H means through, to go from something, to pass from somewhere is through. So these are homophones. They sound alike, but their meanings are different. Now in these sentences below, we need to put capital letter, commas, full stops and question marks which are missing, and we need to write them correctly. So your first one is, on Monday, I will go to school. So we begin with a capital letter. Always a sentence begins with a capital letter. So on, O will come capital, and Monday is also a day of a week which we write capital. So on Monday, and after that you put a comma. I is also written capital wherever it comes in a sentence. So I also will be capital, will go to school, and at the last we put a full stop. The next one, Rahim, Ravi and Raju are going to see the circus. Now the name of a person is always written in capital. So Rahim, Ravi and Raju all will come with a capital R, and between Ravi and Rahim we put a comma, and we write Rahim, comma, Ravi and Raju are going to see the circus, and then we put a full stop. The third one, Sita, where are you looking? So after Sita, Sita is the beginning of the sentence, capital S. After Sita, put a comma and then write, where are you looking? You are asking a question to Sita, so you put a question mark. The D1, the tailor went to the market, Mr. Singh. You are telling the Mr. Singh about the tailor. So you begin the first word in the sentence, capital, the tailor went to the market, comma, Mr. Singh, and then you put a full stop. Your next sentence is, every Sunday I go for a walk, have breakfast, read storybooks, listen to music, and watch television. So these are the different activities that you do on Sunday. So we need to put a comma after them and write our sentence like this. Every Sunday, every will begin with a capital E, and Sunday is the name of one week. So we write it with capital letter and then you put a comma. I will come capital, go for a walk, comma, have breakfast, comma, read storybooks, comma, listen to music and watch television, and at the end we put a full stop. Then the next, Lakshmi, why are you crying? So again you are asking a question to Lakshmi. So after Lakshmi we put a comma and we write, why are you crying? Question mark. The next, what is the color of the sky? So again it is a question sentence. So we begin with capital W. What is the color of the sky? Question mark. And your last sentence is, oranges, mangoes, bananas and papayas are fruits. So there are name of 4 fruits. We need to put a comma between them. So we start with oranges. Why? Because it is the beginning of the sentence. We write oranges with capital O. Oranges, comma, mangoes, comma, bananas and papayas are fruits, and at the end we put a full stop. Now we learnt in this poem about plants, that how useful they are, how we have to take care of them, when we have to water them, and how we have to take care of them. So here we need to write a short story about a plant that is in danger. We have to write about how you might help to save it, and we have to make sure that the story has a beginning, a small introduction, and then the small story, and at the end what happens. So this is the way how we write a story. So now let us write a short story on saving plants. So let's give a heading to our story, endangered plants. Endangered plants means the plants that are in danger. And we begin. Once there was a plant who used to be very sad. He heard from someone that he was going to be killed by some people who wanted to use his wood. He was scared to hear this. I read it once more. Once there was a plant who used to be very sad. He heard from someone that he was going to be killed by some people who wanted to use his wood. He was scared to hear this. So, whom are we talking about? A plant. And that plant once had heard some people talking that he would be cut down. Why was he going to be cut down? So that they could use the wood of that plant. So he was very scared when he heard about it, that he was going to die very soon. The second paragraph. One day, when he was crying loudly, a child saw him and asked him about why he was crying. The plant told him the complete story. The child made a plan to save the plant from the cruel human beings. I repeat this paragraph. One day, when he was crying loudly, a child saw him and asked him about why he was crying. The plant told him the complete story. The child made a plan to save the plant from the cruel human beings. So now that plant was very scared. So one day he was crying very loudly and a child had happened to pass from there. So he heard that the tree, that plant was crying. So he went and asked the plant that what happened, that why are you crying? So the plant told that boy all the story. So now he was a very clever boy. So that boy started thinking of a plan that how he can save this plant from being cutting and how this plant can be saved from the cruel hands of the human beings. His father was the president of the society. He requested his father to not let the people cut the plant, as it was very useful to us. The father was very happy to know this. I repeat, his father was the president of the society. He requested his father to not let the people cut the plant, as it was very useful to us. The father was very happy to know this. So the boy had made a plan that how to save the tree, how to save that plant. So he went and talked to his father about all this, that why that plant was crying and what had happened. So his father luckily was the president of the society. So that boy requested his father that he should stop those people from cutting that plant. Why? Because plants are very useful to us. We should take care of the plants. So even that boy's father was very happy with his child, with that boy. Why? Because his father thought that my son is so thoughtful about the nature, that he wants to protect them. So he was very happy. He gave strict orders to the people not to cut the plant. The child went to meet the plant after one day and gave the good news. They both became very happy and became friends forever. So when that boy told his father about everything, that why the plant was crying, so the father was also very happy with the child, and he gave strict orders to those people who were going to come and cut the plant, those trees, not to cut them. So after this, that boy went to that plant who was crying and gave him the information that He had talked to his father, and his father has given the orders not to cut him. So now he was saved. So the plant was very happy, and thereafter the boy and the plant became very good friends. So I repeat this last few lines. He gave strict orders to the people not to cut the plant. The child went to meet the plant after one day and gave the good news. They both became very happy and became friends forever. So now I hope, children, you have understood this story very well, and you need to learn this story by heart and complete the poem. Write it once in your English notebook and complete all the exercises which are shared in this video. The exercises of the text can be written in the text itself. And remember to please write neatly. So thank you and have a nice day.